Welcome to the treasure trove of folk tales, a magical collection of stories that have inspired generations. Embark on a mythical journey with heroes, fairies, and enchanting creatures, opening the door to a world of imagination and emotion.
The story of the merchant Hassan, the rope weaver. Under the bright moonlight, Scheherazade danced gracefully and continued to tell the thrilling story, mixed with a touch of humor, which made the Persian king curious and attentive. Your Majesty, long ago, in the faraway city of Baghdad, there lived a man named Hassan. People called him Hassan, the rope weaver, not because he had skillful hands, or because his ropes could bind lions, but because he knew no other trade, except weaving ropes. But ironically, he was a merchant. No one understood how a rope weaver, a dirty, uncouth, linsey, dusty job, could get rich in a trade that required elegance, cunning, and a head spinning like a pinwheel. But Hassan understood. He had a secret that he had never told anyone, not even his wife, who nagged him all day long, because he only knew how to weave ropes and sleep. One gloomy morning, Hassan was busy weaving flax, when cracked the rope in his hand broke in two. It was not a big deal, but for him, it was a bad omen. They said that in Baghdad, when a rope broke in the morning, it meant that bad luck was coming. Sure enough, that afternoon, a rich merchant came to see him. Hassan, where is the goods you promised to deliver? Well, I have rope, but what goods? Have you forgotten that you received 100 gold coins for delivering 10 bales of Persian silk? I only received 10 coins for weaving 10 coils of rope. The story broke out. He was framed, deceived, and imprisoned for defrauding merchants. In the dungeon, Hassan met a slim man with long hair and razor-sharp eyes. His name was Jubair, who was imprisoned for disappearing from the king's treasury. Jubair whispered to Hassan, "Want to get out of here, Ropemaker?" "Of course, but I only have rope-weaving hands, not jailbreak hands. I know a tunnel, but I need your help weaving a 200-meter-long rope." In return, Hassan is led to an underground passage through the Baghdad night market, and from there, the story of his descent into a completely different world begins. Jubair takes Hassan to the city of Shamor, which only appears during the blood moon, an underground city of sand, with golden domes, carved brick walls, and sapphire monsters. There, an underground fair takes place, selling forbidden items, mermaid tears, dragon scales, singing swords, and vampire hanging ropes. Hassan, thanks to his rope-weaving skills, begins to make special ropes, glowing ropes that do not burn, ropes that cannot be cut, and becomes a rope boss in the Shamor night market. But success always comes with danger. One night, he discovers that the special rope he made is used to hang innocent people. He finds himself hating and crying, and that was when he decided to escape from the city of sand, carrying something that everyone desired. Hassan created a talking rope, which, when tied into a knot, would tell the truth. Who was lying, who was cunning, and who was a traitor. That was the treasure, which made him a hunted man by both merchants and desert sorcerers. He fled from city to country, through forests and mountains, hiding in caves. On the way, he freed a girl named Zainab, who was enslaved because she refused to marry a notorious merchant, a slave trader. Zainab, it turned out, was a lost princess of the Gharad kingdom. She bore the mark of royalty and the curse. If you marry someone without a title, you will lose your mind forever. But she fell in love with Hassan, an anonymous rope weaver. Unfortunately, Zainab was captured, about to be forced into marriage. And Hassan fell into the hands of the evil magician Alraq, who wanted to take the talking string, to manipulate the royal families, the continent. The battle Hassan and Alrock took place in the Mirror Palace, where everything reflected the truth. Hassan, with the magic string, exposed Alrock's true identity, a murderer, disguised as a priest. In the roar, the palace collapsed, and both the stage. But fate did not leave them alone. Hassan and Zainab lived in seclusion, in a small village on the edge of the forest. They lived happily, simply, growing vegetables and weaving rope. Hassan never told anyone about the talking string again. One day, the string suddenly spoke. Someone is lying, very close, ... and it was true. A friend of theirs, who had been saved from dying of thirst, betrayed them to a group of treasure hunters. Hassan was captured again, this time by a brother of the king, who wanted to use the magic rope to seize the throne. Hassan, with his intelligence and courage, finally thwarted the plot, handed the rope back to the true king, and refused all rewards. He asked for only one thing: I only want to live in peace with the one I love, and not weave ropes anymore. The king smiled. Then I will appoint you as chief eunuch in charge of the rope warehouse. The whole court burst into laughter. But Hassan only chuckled. He had chosen what he wanted: freedom and love. Thus, the ordinary rope weaver had written a strange journey, from the dark dungeon to the mirror palace, from the nameless rope to the talking rope, shaking the whole kingdom. The world is full of tangled ropes, so tangled that no one can untangle them. But sometimes, a simple person like Hassan, with his patient and diligent hands, and a pure heart, can weave a rope, connecting justice and peaceful life. When Scheherazade had just finished speaking, the king was still smiling, but she bowed her head and said, Your Majesty, if you find Hassan's story strange, then please allow me to tell you about another person, equally strange. The barber's sixth brother, a man who was swept away by the whirlwind of fate, where greed and fate collided like lightning in the desert. He lost everything, but the greatest loss was the dream of changing his life, which he never expected. Please listen, Your Majesty.
The tale has come to an end, yet the magic of these legends lives on in